Alright. There's this concept in neuroscience. It's called brain entropy, and it's a sort of measure of how flexible neurons are um, in each individual. It utilizes uh, data from like fMRI, um, and it can give us a understanding of what someone's mental state is without actually seeing them visibly. You can just interpret from the data what their mental state is. Brain entropy is another way to say how flexible someone's brain is to changes. Someone with low entropy neural patterns might have a harder time adjusting to change in an environment or accepting new ideas or changing their preconceived beliefs and admitting that they might be wrong. People with low brain entropy are more prone to group polarization, which is a concept in psychology where people in a group tend to form very polarized views without people speaking up against what they might see as wrong in an attempt to decrease like social rejection. You see this in extremist social parties, um, such as the MAGA party, and other social extremist groups in the world. It's important for me to make this connection as a student scientist about how us as humans are being tested by um, our ability to advance as a society. Um, we're very intelligent to an extent when it comes to culminating a society where everyone can cohabitate. That is pretty much off the table as far as our ability to collaborate on issues regarding climate change. It's it's a reflection of how inflexible we have become to change into accepting our faults and to updating our beliefs based off of what other people might tell us or might show us and things in the environment that might personally affect us. On the contrary, people who display levels of high brain entropy or high variability in their neural patterns. Probably should have worded that a little better earlier, but this mental state is characterized by um, prominent belief updating. So if I let's just take the situation with the shooting in Idaho at the In and Out recently. There can be two different ways that people would update their beliefs, and this sort of metaphor is gonna would require a lot of experimental data to prove, but this is just sort of a hypothetical. If you have someone that is very rigid on gun control, either gun control, mental health control, or mental health awareness, and all the other factors that are associated with gun violence in the United States, if you take someone that is very rigid about that, that is very stringent, like not willing to change their beliefs, in other words, they have lower brain entropy, even sticking them in the situation where if they were one of the employees that was being shot at or one of the people that were in the restaurant, they would have such restricted ability to update their beliefs that they wouldn't even change their opinions. And this is what I mean by extremist. This is how extremist beliefs like arise. And you can't, I don't want to get political on this small channel, but it's hard to see you are when you're learning all this stuff and you're doing papers on it and creating an idea of what you want for your future. It's hard to see how things are really messed up. Um, and science is very political. So me as a scientist, I'm not a politician, but I can make connections between as a cognitive scientist and chemist, between like shit in the environment and like being able to in America have a voice and have a camera to say something about it. I don't really post on anything on Instagram or Facebook or anything, but I do have a camera, and recently I have been wanting to say more about stuff because I have some more free time to do some. But yeah, if you have any ideas, I'm gonna put some links to some papers down below about brain entropy. I think it's an important concept that's emerging in neuroscience that anyone can really learn about. And maybe I'll make more videos about this kind of stuff. I just felt like it. I've been making more videos recently. It'd be great if you can comment or like or whatever. It's whatever. It's yeah. But um yeah, if you found this helpful, just yeah, have a good day.